everybody, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here, joined by Darkertician 84.
Good evening.
If you haven't seen this gentleman's videos, go and subscribe to him and everything because he's an amazing duelist. Anyway, we are bringing you a collaboration video. Yes, if you're wondering, I am planning to do a collaboration video with nearly every member of the KCP if possible about certain things, and today's topic is going to be Darkertician, if you'd like to say.
Basically, classic boss monsters and current boss monsters.
There you go. So yeah, we're basically we're going to be doing a collaboration video on me and Richie's favourite boss monsters of the old games, and of course of today's current boss monsters for the new archetypes that have been coming out in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. So, Darkertician, would you like to start off with your favourite boss monster?
Yeah, I think the classic ones really take a shine to me. I mean, obviously there's Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, excuse me, Jinzo, they're the most classic ones. Now, not a lot of these are seen at the moment, because at the moment it's just our little KCP group that's using Dark Magician by me and Not a Lot of Light, Blue Eyes by you, of course, and Red Eyes by Neo Nexus. And I haven't seen Jinzo played for over 3 years. I mean, it made an appearance in my machine deck when I brought it back in my recent celebration videos, but other than that, I haven't seen Jinzo for years. The boss monsters that are floating about at the moment would have to be Rainbow Dragon to a certain extent, because last year Crystal Beasts did come back into fashion. But at the moment we've got Blackbuster Soldier and Boy of the Beginning, Master Hyperion, Archlord Christia, Grappa, the Dark
Boo
World
Christia!
Dragon.
Boo Christia! Locking down my summons!
Yeah, damn Christia. Grappa, the Dark World Dragon,
Yeah.
Bob, Machina Fortress. I guess that's it, unless you count a few synchros, like Trishula and Legendary 6 Samurai Shien.
Yeah, I think they would count because they're commonly played. Well, the Six Samurais are a commonly played archetype, but there's also those two Karakuri monsters that let you draw every time a monster battle's switched. And
Yeah.
what else? There's
Yeah.
Tech Genis. So you've got Tech Genis Hyper Liberian. You know, it's all these are all considered boss monsters, not just because of attack strength and that, but because they're the top monsters played in the deck, and that you can expect in every deck, or most meta decks, no matter what type they are, or whether they're with the archetype or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's these boss monsters which recently keep overshadowing the classic boss monsters. I mean,
I'm just going to show you guys.
mostly
So I'm just going to show you my classic monsters. Those three there, Shining Dragon, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon are what I consider my boss monsters. Along with, hang on a minute if I just find her. Along with Light and Darkness Dragon as well, since she is since she's one of my favourite cards in the deck as well. So I'll just put her over there. There you go, all my dragons lined up. I got a lovely bunch of dragons, doodly dee, there they are, standing in a row.
if I could just
I'm sorry,
show
everybody.
my commonly used boss monsters.
You'll have to tell us what they are, because the picture's not quite so good, unfortunately, Richie, but I can see Dark Magician in the middle.
Yeah, Dark Magician, obviously, my favourite and signature card.
Hence why he's named.
Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman, considered an ace. And my second favourite fusion, and the strongest card I run, Rainbow Neos.
And by the way, for the song earlier, everybody, I had orange juice earlier and Red Bull, so not a good combination with me.
Yeah, I mean, Monster is much better.
I
my
hate
opinion,
Monster.
anyway.
That's a horrible drink. I'm sorry. Everybody's got their favourites.
Yeah, and personal tastes. But back on topic though.
Yeah, let's get back on topic before people decide to go the wrong way about this.
But as I was about to say about Blue Eyes, that's the only classic boss monster which has seen more play recently in different variants, such as Hopeless Blue Eyes and the dreaded Blue Eyes Exodia FTK deck.
There's also a Blue Eyes Disaster Dragon deck as well. That's been quite popular.
Ah, yes, that too.
Can I just say for the record, anybody who runs Blue Eyes Exodia should be ashamed of themselves because you're not using the Blue Eyes, you're abusing them. I really hate that deck. I thought it was a cool deck the very first time I saw it. I hate it. I really don't like it at all. You're abusing the poor dragons just to win in one turn. That's not fun, I'm afraid.
I have the exact opinion. I mean, it looked like an interesting deck to start off with, but the fact that it abuses the Blue Eyes engine and the fact that it's an FTK deck makes me hate it a lot.
Yeah. It's like, what's if you say you love Blue Eyes, and yet when you run that kind of deck, it's like, if you love the Blue Eyes, why are you not actually using them properly instead of actually... You mean, actually, do you remember that one duelist who tried to really, really hate me because he said he ran a better Blue Eyes deck than me? Do you remember that guy? I'm not going to mention by name. I am not going to be mentioning him by name. He said that he called me a whiny bitch on my rant video.
Shame on that person.
Yeah, that was a rant video I did a while back. I'm afraid, people. But anyway, yeah, this guy says he absolutely loves Blue Eyes, and I've seen his collection video of Blue Eyes, and he's got quite a lot, which is quite impressive. But he runs a Blue Eyes Exodia deck as well as something else, which I don't know. But it just makes me think, if you love Blue Eyes that much, why abuse it? I mean, if you pick a classic boss monster, or you pick any boss monster, you play it because you like it and you want to use it over and over again. Even with all the typical meta cards, Hyper Librarian and everything, if you really, really like that card and really like it as a boss monster, then you'll constantly be playing it over and over again.
Exactly. I mean, for me, you see, as I've said already, the Dark Magician is my favourite card, and because I like this card so much, I am a stubborn git who will do anything to make this card playable. I mean, at the moment, I'm playing this in an Elemental Hero-based deck, which I like a lot, because the Dark Magician and the Elemental Heroes are both my favourite
poor upside
archetypes.
down. Sorry, I was just showing you. I am really stubborn about this card. I mean, I've already mentioned in my card discussion video, I absolutely love this card. I am never taking it out. I don't understand why people automatically say diss this card or take it out of the deck as soon as they see my deck for the first time. I mean, come on, think about it. If it's in the deck, it must mean I like it and I want to play with it. So, play with it. That really sounds right, doesn't it? I want to play it.
Yeah, don't get any ideas.
Sorry, Orange Juice and Red Bull talking.
Yeah, I agree with what you say about Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. I mean, like you, I hate it when people say it's an epic fail. It's not, because the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is very easy to summon these days. And if that card's easy to summon, then so is Blue Eyes Shining Dragon.
It's still one of the hardest monsters in the game just because of the number of cards you have to use to get it out. I mean, in total you're using about 5 cards. You've got 3 Blue Eyes, Ultimate Dragon, and the Fusion card that you use. So that's 5 cards to get out one. With the argument I was presenting in my previous video was most duelists can use 5 cards nowadays to get out at least 6 or 7 different cards on the field, whereas with Shiny Dragon, because it's only 1, it's not worth the effort, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've mentioned this to you.
Hello, Celine. Sorry, Shiny Dragons decided to come and say hello.
I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I mentioned it in one of my own videos, but I'd like to try and use Blue Eyes Shining Dragon in my own Blue Eyes deck once it gets completed.
Yeah, you did, because I remember I issued a challenge on the card discussion of if somebody could build a deck with Shining Dragon in it. That is still up for challenge, anybody. I've already had somebody send me a deck list saying it's not complete yet, but this is how it's going. So if you guys want to take up a challenge of building a Blue Eyes deck any way you want, with Shining Dragon in it, and send it to me, deck list or video response, you know, feel free to, because I'm just interested to see what kind of Shining Dragon decks are out there.
But yeah, it would be nice to see more classic boss monsters to see a lot of play.
Yeah.
I mean, take Red Eyes. I reckon Red Eyes Black Dragon decks are so easy to play and would be absolutely playable.
Well, actually, to stop you there, Richie, technically, it's not Red Eyes Black Dragon they're using, it's the upgrade versions they're using. Darkness, Metal, Wyvern. You know, actually, Darkness, Metal, and Wyvern are the only two Red Eyes cards that are mostly played nowadays. You don't actually see them being used in proper Red Eyes decks per se, except for maybe Neo Nexodus, who obviously runs a Red Eyes Black Dragon deck himself.
It is true, but then again, those cards can easily get Red Eyes out just like that to set up for Inferno Fire Blast or the other boss monster, Red Eyes Darkness Dragon.
Oh yeah, my little sister ran a Red Eyes deck. She's taken it apart for the moment. But she was focusing on summoning out Red Eyes Darkness. I don't know why the hell they made Red Eyes Darkness much easier to summon out the Shining Dragon. It's not fair. But anyway, even so, I think in general today a lot of people tend to dismiss the classic boss monsters immediately because, well, for want of a better word, they're vanilla monsters mostly.
Not to mention that most of the current boss monsters are stupidly easy to summon. Like
Exactly.
Judgment Dragon, for example.
Exactly, that's what I mean. The classic bosses are vanilla, and most boss monsters now are effects and easy to summon. I mean, most duelists nowadays, as soon as it requires two tributes for anything to summon, it's immediately a put off, and I don't understand that. It's like, you're not trying to take an easy path to win, you don't need to go down that path. You can still do your best with the classic monsters you have, regardless of what colour they are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it sounds to me it sounds like you're being well, not racist in that term, but being what is the word? Discriminating against the cards.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously ways to work around the tribute summoning if people don't like it that much. Just find ways around it.
I mean, why do you think Ancient Rules and the Gemini monster cards were all printed for the normal monsters?
Oh yes.
I mean, I don't like it, but Swing of Memories and Silent Doom and all that are quite good cards for normal monsters if your deck's focused around that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not keen on Swing and Silent Doom either, but Swing of Memories has proven to be really good for me back when I was playing Quiz Magician. In fact, that's one of a few ways that Dark Magician can easily be played. I mean, I'm not too keen on that build anymore myself, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But there is an idea, and there is a way to work around that build. But in terms of pure Dark Magician decks, the Spellcaster route is the best way.
Yeah. And
Less dead hands.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to have to go into a part 2, so we'll see you guys then.
See you later.